Welcome everyone, my name is Marlene, the creator behind Tone's Caribbean Body, a project that was started from the onset of COVID-19, where I simply share with you holistic solutions for a healthier lifestyle. Now in today's video, I'm going to share with you my recipe for caramelized onions and pimentos. Now onions are something that I usually have in my kitchen because I'm including it in all my home style cooking. But pimentos, I recently started planting and I was so impressed by the bountiful harvest that I decided to just stop for a minute and to take some pictures of these awesome fruits. Take a look. Now pimentos are pretty easy to plant. All you need to do is to get some old tires, as I did, an old flower pot or something that can hold soil and manure, and of course your full pimento seeds. Simply get full ones. I usually wait until they're about this shade, pick them, and then leave them for about a week to turn really red. Then I would split them open and remove the seeds. I will allow the seeds to dry for about a week, and then I would plant the seeds in my receptacle with my soil and manure. I usually use either goat, sheep or horse manure because those really add some nice nutrients to my flavor pepper or pimento plants. Now pimentos or flavor peppers, as they are usually called in the Caribbean, they add so much flavor as the name suggests to your pot. This is the shade that they normally turn that I would then split them open and remove the seeds. They add so much color to your pot, and from the first yield that I had, I sold some to a processor who makes flavor pepper powder, and the others I use in my recipe. So we'll get right into our recipe. So here you see, we start our recipe for caramelized onions and pimentos. You can use any amount you want. I use 2 onions and 20 flavor or pimento peppers because that's all I had on hand. You simply remove the outer casing from the onions, remove the top and bottom. Clear the plate. You don't need a congested work area. Remove the bottom section with a sharp knife and then split, cut the onions in half, or depending on what pattern you want the onions. I would love to have them as a circle or half circle, but it all depends on what your preference is. Make sure your knife is sharpened and keep your fingers out of the way. We don't want any mishaps in the kitchen, right? So make sure all the top and the bottom ends of the onions are removed before placing them in your holding receptacle. Now it's time to cut your pimento peppers or remove the stems perhaps. This can be very time consuming. I absolutely hate it, but it has to be done. Yes. Make sure you clear your workstation. We don't want too much. Get that one out of the way. Now, as I said before, you need to make sure your knife is really sharp because cutting these can be very, very tedious. This one wasn't working too well and I sharpened it like twice. So now that we have all our peppers cut to some really nice, amazing sizes and colors, put them in your holding container, and now you're all set to get your deglazing or your caramelization process going. So you get a stainless steel pot. You can also use a non-stick pot, but I prefer the stainless steel pot because it gets the deglazing or the caramelization. I don't know why I keep saying deglazing. Yes, you heat up the butter, of course. The pot should be hot. And you add a coconut oil or olive oil. I only had olive oil on hand because I totally used up all my coconut oil, but whatever you have on hand can be used, and you just allow those two to fuse together. Then you add your sliced onions. Of course you will hear the sizzle, and then your pimento peppers. Now this is the I'm getting all tongue-tied. This is the time when you want to make sure that it's well coated with the olive oil and butter mixture. You don't want any burning taking place, and you also want to lower the heat as far as it can possibly go so that you don't get your stuff burnt. And every 5 minutes you need to turn, as I said before, to prevent your thing from burning out, your mixture from burning out. Now you can add your 1/4 teaspoon of salt here. You don't want to add the salt too early in the process that it starts springing water. So halfway through, about 15 minutes into cooking your mixture, you can add your 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now this process takes between 30 minutes to 45 minutes to complete. Because of the amount of ingredients that I used, it took me 30 minutes. But if you will use a larger quantity, say 5 onions and about 100 flavor peppers, it will take you about 45 minutes to an hour to complete, obviously because of the quantities. So you turn really nicely every 5 minutes. Now I thought 5 minutes was a long time, but trust me guys, when it's cooking involved, it's a very short space of time. Now you can see the deglazing process taking place here when I add my bilimbi juice and honey mixture. Now you can use any fruit juice. Bilimbi is very high in vitamin C, so you can use apple juice or any other type of natural juice. You can try grape juice, cranberry juice. I used bilimbi because that is what I had on hand, and guys, it made it taste so good. And you can see as the bottom here starts to get caramelized, this is where you want to make sure that your mixture is well deglazed, or else everything just sticks to the pot and the spoon. So you just don't be afraid to just scrape that caramel off into the mixture so that the natural sweetness and flavor from both the onions and the peppers gets into the mixture and are well combined. Make sure you space out the mixture so that everything gets cooked evenly. And nothing gets uncooked or remains uncooked. Yeah, shake that off, man. Get off my spoon. Sometimes you really need reinforcement, and sometimes your reinforcements need reinforcement. Now I never knew how much I fiddled in my food, especially when I'm cooking, until I saw this video. I fiddle a lot. Now any remaining mixture, you just simply pour it gently into the mixture so that the rest of the caramelization process is completed. You continue deglazing your pot with the mixture, and that makes it easier for the caramelization process to take place. Don't be afraid to scrape off the caramel into the mixture. Yes, really nicely combine it. Just scrape all that nice caramel goodness into your mixture. Now things are about to get sticky, guys, so hang on to your mixture. Keep on tossing, keep on turning, just to ensure that all the caramel gets into your mixture. And this is a finished product, guys. You can use it in anything, burgers, pizza. And thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it.